Hello, beautiful people. Why Oprah, Meghan, and Gayle keep getting caught, but yet not canceled? If any of us were to say the things that these three people repeatedly lie about shamelessly, we would be canceled. We would probably be in jail. Yet, these three idiots, these three entitled women are still out there being hailed and allowed to continue lying about these things. Let me show you what I'm talking about. And by the way, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. Beautiful people, it's a free way to support the channel. Before I continue, I would like to thank one of my subscribers for sending me this little gem. I'm very grateful that you guys send me stuff and I will report on it. Please do send me ideas that you'd like me to talk about or articles, that you'd like me to talk about or review and by email, and I will go through it. I found that I want to thank the subscriber for having sent this. So let's get into this. This is Gayle King.
What's it like to see all those generations of your white ancestors? You could name, unlike virtually the overwhelming percentage of African American people have no idea who their white ancestors are.
That's true.
But isn't it funny that Meghan Markle apparently can't either? And this is very telling. I want to specifically thank the subscriber because Gayle King, just with what we're about to discuss, Gayle King basically shuts everything in that bullshit theory of Meghan Markle being 43% Nigerian.
I don't really think of myself as having a lot of white blood in me, when you look at me, you wouldn't think there's anything about me that has any drop of white blood, but clearly I do.
Isn't it disturbing that we're talking about white drop of blood, being white? Can you imagine if we were talking about black blood, drop of blood? That would be considered. This whole thing is so inappropriate because if we were to switch it around and be talking black or Jewish or Hindu or Asian, this would be terrible. This would be up in arms, guys.
And clearly have a lot of white people in my life. So
right.
Yeah.
You want to see how many drops of white blood you have?
Yeah.
Please turn the page.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
This is the part that's disturbing to me. How many drops of white blood? Instead of saying, do you want to figure out what your heritage is? No, they want to go by percentages. How white or how black are you? But it's not how black you are. It's how white you are. That's the part that they're interested in. Isn't it disturbing?
Right. Can you read these percentages?
66.3 sub-Saharan Africa.
Right.
32.2 European.
You are 1/3 white.
I am not.
You are 1/3 white.
Take that back.
Now, I am going to tell you guys how disturbing that is. Because basically, Gayle is trashing white people. Oh my God, that's disgusting. Take that back. Take that out of my hand. But she loves, look at her hair. Why don't you let your Afro shine through, Gayle? Not only you got rid of your Afro roots hair, you dyed it to look lighter and blonder. But yeah, take that back. Why? This whole thing was not about finding her heritage. It was about how many drops of white blood she has. And yes, let's not forget this.
Born and bred and marinated in it, in that prejudice and racism, and they just have to die. Still, and there's a whole generation. I say this, I said this, for apartheid South Africa. I said this for my own, community in the South, there are still generations of people, older people, who were born and bred and marinated in it, in that prejudice and racism, and they just have to die.
Yeah, that's Oprah Winfrey asking for entire generations of white people to die because she considers them racist. Now, I know of a man in Germany who wanted the same things because, according to his criteria, of course. And here we have to go by Oprah Winfrey's criteria of what racism is, or Meghan Markle's, or Gayle King, who finds offensive to have white drops of blood in her, which means she is basically disowning her white heritage, her ancestors. Why? But we have Oprah here wanting to wipe entire generations of white people because, according to her, and this is the part that's very important, beautiful people, according to her, they're racist. They are racist. Meghan Markle considers the entire United Kingdom group of nations that are multi-ethnic, multicultural, racist because they dared call out all her lies. You see, if you call out Oprah's lies, Gayle King's lies, Meghan Markle lies, and if you don't like either of these three women, you are the worst possible racist, and you would be piled up in the group of people that Oprah thinks must be dead. Can you imagine a white person saying that about a black individual? Let's not forget that a world war was fought because an individual wanted to wipe out entire generations of certain people that he thought did not meet the standards. Just like Gayle King right now is saying, oh, take that out, take that back. Can you imagine if somebody had said that about having black blood in them? What do you think? Can you imagine, for example, Drew Barrymore finding out that she's 1/3 black, and she goes, "Ooh, take that out! Oh God, take that back." What do you think would happen to Drew Barrymore? It's just an example. I'm not saying she has. It's just an example. If we switched it around, and we have Meghan Markle, a white woman, who, by in her own words on Netflix, nobody ever told me, nobody ever mistook me by a black woman until I started dating Harry. Yeah, because she wanted people to know that she had some black heritage in her in order to shut everybody that up and delay people calling her out. To this day, every time people like me call Meghan Markle out, we're racist pigs. We just hate this woman because she's a beautiful young woman. Meghan Markle is a middle-aged, ugly woman who photoshops the fuck out of her videos. But hey, why are these women still, they keep getting caught repeatedly? You know that Oprah, for her show with Harry and Meghan Markle, because that wasn't an interview, it was pre-planned. You know that Oprah manipulated the headlines to make them look like they were racist against Meghan Markle, just like Meghan Markle and Harry for their Harry and Meghan mockumentary manipulated and placed images of pats of other, taking pictures of other celebrities, because there were none. They were never hounded like that, ever. Meghan Markle, she falsely claimed in Toronto, that she was hounded like Princess Diana. And we have Paps claiming and stating that no, actually she called us and just a couple showed up. We have Gayle, Meghan, and Oprah race baiting, race trashing, inciting hatred towards a race, and they get away with it. When will this stop? And I need to ask you, beautiful people, are you okay with this? Why are people still running with this? Like this Shola woman, she's descendant of a king in Africa. And the tribe that her father was king of, or her families were king of, are actually very active in the slave trade in Africa to this day. But she's out there asking for reparations from the white people who actually liberated the slaves that they're still having there in Africa. Why are we going on with this in 2024? I'm going to ask you this. Is it acceptable that we're putting up with this shit? I think it's time to start calling out people, especially like Oprah, Gayle, and Meghan. Oprah, who hates, let me tell you, if the United States was such a racist country, Oprah Winfrey, nor Gayle, nor Meghan, especially Oprah, would not be a billionaire, least of all a black one. Because if we go by the racism, how racist the United States is, there is no chance in hell Oprah Winfrey would have gotten the opportunity she got to become a black, powerful billionaire. We wouldn't have Tyler Perry as a billionaire. The United States wouldn't have chosen twice a biracial man with black skin color. Oprah would not be a black billionaire. And the only claim to fame that Gayle has, because she has no talent, is that she's Oprah Winfrey's bitch or girlfriend or whatever you want to call it. Because let's not kid ourselves here. Stedman is Oprah's beard. And Meghan, a white woman with zero talent. And she's not smart. She's not cunning. She's just sleazy. And she's a blackmailer. To me, these three women are criminal. They just haven't been caught. And I know I sound angry. I'm not angry. It's just I can't hear very well, beautiful people. So, my hearing has gone for some reason. Shit. But are we willing to put this out? I really do believe that 2024 is going to be the year when all of these swindlers, all of these race baiters go down. Because Oprah, you would not be a billionaire. You would have never gotten the opportunities you got if you lived in a racist country, in the kind of country she's now portraying the United States to have been, especially when she was growing up. Even back then, when there were more racism, at least more obvious, she still got to where she is. And guess why Oprah got to where she is? Thanks to white people, because white people, white audiences are the ones who put her up on top. And now that she's on top, well, on her way down, I think, she's trashing them. The same for Gayle. Oh, get that out of me. Oprah resents the fact that she's not white, or not even biracial. Gayle resents the fact that even though she has 1/3 black, 1/3 white, she still looks black. And look at this. Look at Gayle. She has 1/3 white, in spite of the fact that most of her relatives are white, are black. So, given Meghan's background, that her father's side of this family, they're all white, 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 white. On her mother's side, they're all biracial. They're so mixed biracial. White, black, Caribbean. You telling me that Meghan is going to have 43%, because Meghan is a hell of a lot more mixed than Gayle. And yet Gayle only has 1/3% white heritage. And Meghan, who's more mixed than Gayle, she's going to have a higher percentage of black in her. So what do you think? Do you think that they deserve to be? I mean, why? Why are people allowed these women to keep getting caught lying, race baiting, inciting hatred without being canceled? This is the year to cancel them. Please leave me your comments.